Welcome back. We are sitting today with acclaimed Santa Barbara artist Ralph Waterhouse. We are very fortunate having you on our show.
Thank you, I appreciate being
I understand your gallery just celebrated a milestone. Can you tell us about that?
It did. 32 years in business as an art gallery in Santa Barbara. We've been 25 years in our current location in Arcada. We've got wonderful landlords in the Peterson family, so we're very proud to be there. In fact, we are the longest tenant in the interior of Arcada. We've been there 25 years now, so we're very proud of that.
Actually, I remember when the day you opened, actually. I was across the street from you for a while.
You were indeed?
Congratulations, congratulations.
Thank you.
And I understand you were a graphic artist. What led you to become a painter?
I started out as a graphic designer, worked in print first in a print company, then moved into advertising, worked on ads for many different products, but working in the north of England, it was mainly industrial products I worked on. I'd always had an interest in painting, so I started doing it as a hobby. And at that time I was painting wildlife, little bunnies and small nesting birds and, but songbirds basically. I'd been painting, so I thought I'm going to try and make a career of this. And so I did a group of paintings, took them to a gallery. About a week later they called me and they said, we've sold 5 of those 6 paintings you brought. I said, whoa, so can you do some more? So I did, and that kind of progressed from there. And so I continued doing that for many, many years, and became quite well known in England. I did calendars for the Royal Society of Protection of Birds. I did work for the World Wildlife Fund. So I continued to do that for several years, and then eventually I came to Southern California just for a visit. I was painting for a gallery in Scottsdale, and at that time I met my wife Diane. She didn't want to live in England, so I thought I could give this a try. And I'd already been in the States. I emigrated to the States in 1974, so I'd already got green card and all that sort of status, so I didn't have a problem with that. And so there we are. So I'd had a little studio in England, and so I thought I want to do my own thing again. So we opened a gallery. We opened a gallery and went on from there. And then after a few years of doing what I did, I was getting a little tired. I was getting backache doing the detailed birds, and I started going outdoors and painting. So I discovered the California landscape, how beautiful the landscape was, how wonderful the light was, very Mediterranean. Of course, we're facing south, so you get that wonderful shadows, the early morning shadows, the late afternoon, the sunlight. It's just beautiful. So I was just drawn to painting the landscape, and I've kind of done that now for the last, I can't remember how many years, but quite a while.
So tell us about the paintings you brought us today.
Okay, well, this one behind us, actually this kind of happened by accident. We were going up to San Luis Obispo on the train, and something I haven't done very often. And we got halfway, we got beyond Hollister Ranch, we were going up the coast past Vandenberg, and I'm looking out of the window and I see this beautiful outcropping of rock. And fortunately, I had my camera, I had my telephoto lens, so I took, I don't know, maybe 10 or 12 shots of that whole thing. And I just got one very small image of the whole thing, but I'd taken lots of close-up shots. So basically, I did that from a journey, the studies I gathered from a journey on the train from here up to San Luis Obispo. So, and I just recently recreated that from all the reference I had. So the light was a little gray at the time, so I took a little liberty and enhanced it and brought out the colors a lot more. And it was in the springtime, as you can see. It's a little bit green, but late spring, so it wasn't that vibrant color, but there were a few wildflowers, which always helps and adds a little to the, and of course the waves were just wonderful. I mean, we get some wonderful waves up the coast, and that was just, it gave it a lot of atmosphere, so I was very pleased with it.
That's a stunning piece. What I like about your paintings is they're always lively, and they put you in the scene, actually. You feel like you're in it, and it's very, very light and airy, beautiful.
Thank you.
So maybe you tell us about the next one.
This particular painting, it's a scene right across from our house. We're very fortunate, we live right alongside the Douglas Preserve in Santa Barbara, and it's an open area of land. This was a foggy day. The fog was just lifting, and so I was out there, and I actually did a quick study of this, a small study. I took my easel out, I had my paints at home, and I did a little small study, just about 6x8 study, quick study. I took some photographs, and from that I developed this larger piece. And I love painting eucalyptus trees. It's when I first moved to California, I was very captivated by them, very sculptural. So they're always a joy, and of course the trees on the left there are eucalyptus. And so I combine the ocean, the meadow, and the eucalyptus trees. It's the perfect mix to me of a subject to paint.
Beautiful. All right, Ralph. So now this is the third painting you brought. Can you tell us where that is?
This is the very tip of the cliff at the far end of Butterfly Beach. In other words, the most eastern point. I did this actually from a photograph, directly from a photograph. I went out one morning about 6 o'clock in the morning, and I was driving around. It was dense fog, and I think, oh my goodness, you know, I'm not going to find anything interesting. But it was so dense, I couldn't even see anything interesting. So I got out of my car and I walked outside. I walked down the beach at Butterfly Beach there, and I'm walking toward the cliff, and all of a sudden the sun bursts through, and literally it lit up the end of the cliff. And I thought, oh my God, took my camera out, click, took the photograph again, enlarged it, you know, shrunk back, telephoto, the whole thing, and then it vanished. And I've never seen it do that again. It was just one of those magical moments. It literally illuminated the end of the cliff, and it was a magical moment. And I couldn't have ever captured it with my paintbrush and easel out there because it was gone so quickly. So the magic of the camera transformed into a painting.
I thank you so very much for joining us. Thank you. Thank you for your knowledge. Thank you for beautiful paintings. Looking forward to have you again.
Okay, you're welcome. Thank you.